Well, thanks again for coming. How many, just a raising of hands, of experience some aspects of AI already or dabbling in it? Okay, good. Well, hopefully you'll learn some new things here and teach us a few things. So again, my name is Rick Hancock. I want to introduce the host of our event today, Rick Alvarado. Rick, why don't you come up to say hello to everybody and just want to talk about no questions very quickly.
Hi, thanks you guys for coming. This is our suites, for offices and virtual offices. Well, we've known Rick and Mike for a little over 10 years now. We've partnered with them. They've been handling our digital marketing, both online and social media. And we're pleased with what they've been doing, and hopefully we'll be partners for a long time. So thank you for coming, and hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm sure I will.
Thanks again for coming. That little promo video, I'm very proud of that. You know why? Because I'm not the most creative person in the world, but I created that on my own with the assistance of AI tools. Mike, who you'll meet in a little bit, is going to do an extensive demo on some of the tools that we're using. Usually handles all of our creators, but I'm pretty happy and proud, and kind of showcases the opportunities you have with AI to create pretty innovative, exciting marketing content tools for your business or your personal life. Again, my name is Rick Hancock. I'm CEO of MyMobileLyfe. This is my ride or die partner, Mike Grillo, and you'll hear again more from Mike in a minute. We started MyMobileLyfe, as Rick Alvarado said, about a little more than 10 years ago. We started off initially as a digital marketing agency in Metro Atlanta. We have since grown to an international company providing services around the globe in IT staffing, digital marketing, web development, automation, advertising, virtual events, and we're going to have to update our banner to include AI services. So what I realized a couple of weeks ago as I was preparing for this presentation, and I also recently, and if you got the email, you know that I've written a new book, the AI Business Dictionary. And the last time I took headshots was a long time ago. I lost a little bit of weight, I have a beard, a mustache, and my headshots weren't very effective anymore. So I ran it through the opportunity to get new headshots, and this is what I came up with. Again, this is an AI-generated headshot. I don't know who looks better, but the image was created by the image on the left. My younger sister lives in North Carolina, just took a bunch of pictures of me, and I uploaded them into an AI platform that creates AI images, and this is what resulted. So, another example. All right, so here's the big promise. AI is no longer a futuristic idea. It's a competitive advantage. Businesses that integrate AI effectively will see increases in profitability, productivity, and overall efficiency. The key here is proper integration. AI is only as useful as its application. And today, we're going to show you how AI can be used strategically to maximize your growth. Now, the agenda for today: how AI tools will transform your work routines, 4 key AI processes that will help you transform, implementation, entry points for transformation, and the roadmap to AI-ifying. I think that's a new word, AI-ifying your business team, and in a sense, your personal endeavors as well. So I'm gonna ask a couple of things from you guys during this presentation. Focus. I know I don't want to tell the people who are watching online, but folks here who are watching it in person are enjoying a great meal from Chef Sean, who's created a magnificent menu for us, lunch for us. But hopefully, while you're eating your jerk chicken, you can still focus after you wipe your hands on your napkins, take lots of notes, and then participate. So we hope to have some time afterwards, both online and in person, for folks to ask any questions. So, why do you need to take action now? AI adoption is no longer optional. It's happening across industries at a rapid pace. According to McKinsey, over 50% of businesses are already exploring AI, meaning your competitors are likely already experimenting with these tools. AI is projected to contribute 15.7 trillion, I didn't stutter, trillion, to the global economy by 2030. This means huge opportunities, but also major shifts in how businesses operate. While AI may eliminate some roles, it will also create more jobs than it displaces. The key is understanding where AI fits in your business so that you're ahead of these changes instead of reacting to them. If you're not actively thinking about AI integration, you risk falling behind while others optimize and scale. Most businesses are failing. Is yours. Like that pregnant pause, is yours. Really have to emphasize that. So really, let's ask the question, why is implementation so slow? Many business owners struggle with AI implementation for a few key reasons. Overwhelmed. There are over 14,000 AI tools on the market. If you scroll through Facebook at any point during the day, you probably see a whole bunch of people offering a whole bunch of different solutions. Some of them, most of them really are garbage. It's tough to navigate through that. Each claiming to revolutionize different aspects of business. Lack of clarity. It's hard to take action when you don't fully understand AI's capabilities or how to apply it. Fear. Many business owners worry about AI replacing human work, disrupting business models, or leading to unexpected consequences. Resistance to change. It's human nature to resist change, especially when it requires new skills, workflows, or investments. In my new book, that's a plug, the AI Business Dictionary, I talk a lot about how resistance to change is one of the biggest barriers to progress. And perceived cost. AI doesn't always require a huge budget. In fact, many of the AI tools save money over time. Our goal today is to break down these barriers and show you that AI adoption can be simple, practical, and cost-effective when approaching it the right way. All right, so here's another headshot. Yes, this is AI generated. Now, what I need you to do is to look deep into my clone eyes. Deep, because I need to share something real personal for both me and the clone. Okay. And I know what it's like to run a small business. This has been my passion. This has been my love. This is all I've really wanted to do in my professional career. And Mike will tell you, work long hours, a lot of manual process, figuring things out. And if you're a small business owner, it can be difficult and change can be overwhelming. And AI might sound complex, but let me put it to you this way. If you needed to drive a nail, would you use a rock or a hammer? Keep looking in my eyes. Right now, many businesses are still using rocks, outdated workflows, repetitive tasks, and inefficiencies. AI is the hammer. It doesn't replace you. It makes your work faster, smarter, and more effective. We are in the middle of redefining, keep looking in my eyes, of future work. Just like machines transform physical labor, AI is revolutionizing knowledge work. Businesses that adopt it now will lead. Those who wait will be playing catch up. So the question isn't whether AI will be a part of your business, it's when. If you're ready to put down the rock and pick up a real tool, let's talk. I'd like to show you a few examples of how AI can work in your business. And so one of the first things, and Mike's going to do a much deeper presentation. I love this program. Anybody use Gamma AI? Oh, you'll love it. So we all, as business folks, as individuals, we all have to do presentations over a period of time. And how much do we have to labor over doing PowerPoint presentations? So Gamma is a tool that will really accelerate you doing PowerPoint. I put in the prompt in Gamma, presentation for new executive furniture, thinking about North Point, to salespeople. In a matter of seconds, after you hit the prompt, it'll give you an outline of all the topics that will be in your PowerPoint slides. You can review those outlines very, very quickly. If you decide that you like that, you hit generate, and within seconds, again, you will have a fully fleshed out PowerPoint presentation with links, pictures, images, some things that you can go back and change it on your own. But what would take you days, weeks, it took my brother-in-law almost a month and a half to figure out how to do a PowerPoint presentation. I showed him this, and now he's doing a presentation tomorrow using Gamma, and he's going to knock it out the box. Thank you, Chris. You're welcome. I hope you watch. So that's just one of the tools. Again, if you are trying to find an entry point onto AI, a tool like Gamma, which is free, you can play around with it and see the power of AI in that solution. Now, my good friend, my brother, Mike, is going to go into a deeper dive into some of the other tools that we use that you might find effective for you and your business.
Thank you, Rick.
Well, Mike.
And unfortunately, I don't have a nice picture of me for you all to stare at, so we'll keep it to the example. So let's talk about how you can transform your business with AI, things that you can actually do today, tools that are available for you to use right now. And we're gonna break it into 5 categories. So first, chatbots, conversational AIs, clones. If you've been on a lot of websites lately, you've probably seen chatbots in the lower right corner. They're powered by tools like Dante and ManyChat. Now these are cool. You put your web address into the system. It scans the website. You can train it further by feeding it more information. And then you have your first layer of customer service. You don't have to worry about babysitting your live chat anymore, dedicating valuable resources and time to having a live person there. You can have 24/7 customer service, all powered by AI. Speaking of clones.
Hey there, and welcome back to AI Life. I'm Rick Hancock. Well, actually, I'm Rick Hancock's clone.
Now, he has been telling me for months he was going to make a clone of himself, and he finally followed through on it. So I think it's pretty good. He's a lot nicer than the real Rick. But again, these are things you could use right now if you like, and you probably should. And someday probably someday soon, you'll be talking in real time with actual AI-generated humans. I mean, right now, there's services online where you can communicate via voice. You can talk into a microphone and have the AI respond back to you with super low latency, like a 1/10 of a second low. And I think real soon you're gonna see the full experience. So stay tuned. Next, we're gonna talk about large language models. So this has probably been most people's introduction to AI. When ChatGPT started blowing up in the news a few years ago, you've probably seen that in similar tools where you open up a prompt, you start a conversation, you ask a question, you get an answer. So there's many different flavors to this. As I said, ChatGPT. If you're a Google person, you probably have access to Gemini. If you're a Microsoft person like me, you notice Copilot's probably installed on your system. And for those of you that are a little more adventurous, you might have heard of Claude by a company called Anthropic. I believe they're out of Europe. This Claude is known a lot, one, for its privacy, and two, for its creativity. And I'm going to show you an example of something that's a bit of a revelation to me. So part of the work that we do is web development. And one day I needed to take a picture of a chart, just a bar chart with numbers on it, and turn it into an interactive web experience that we can embed on a web page. So I did that a few months ago using ChatGPT. I said, build me a chart, and it built me that one chart, and it was nice. And I did that in Claude as well, and we're about to see the results because they were kind of surprising to me. So there's my image. See me drag and drop it into the prompt. And now I'm going to give it some basic instructions. Turn this picture into an interactive web chart using HTML as the programming language of the internet, and I told it to use a JavaScript library that I use for this kind of thing. So again, don't mind all the code that's gonna explode on the screen in a moment. I'll tell you what's going on here. So, all right, it's getting to work now. This part is styling the page. So at least I know it's gonna look fairly decent. Now it's getting into the actual guts of the page. And as this is going on, this is happening this is a real-time, unedited recording. It's about 2.5 minutes of my life. I realized this thing was spitting out way more code than I was expecting. And yeah, so I'm expecting to get something more than just that picture of a chart you're seeing. And think of it like this, you have people working for you. You ask one person to do something for you, like the interactive chart. They may do the bare minimum. They may deliver that chart, and that's it. If you have somebody more creative on your team and you ask them to do the same thing, they might take a little more time with it, get a little more creative. And that's the parallel that we're seeing here. So let's give it a little more time to think.
Are you actually mining blob of data or boatload of data to bring your analysis?
No. Well, for the sake of this example, that chart is I just made up a chart with fake numbers on it. But what Claude is doing right here is reading code libraries and doing research for me and putting together the work. So, okay, so we have some results now. I'm gonna put this into a larger page. So I snag the code. And I'm not editing a thing here. I'm not changing a lick of code. I'm gonna put it in my code editor. Let's save. And there it is. So that's what I was expecting. And you can see you hover over it, you get numbers. But I wasn't expecting this. It built actual drop-down filters where you could change the style of the chart, the format, change the colors. I didn't ask for any of this. You saw the prompt I did. And it also took the liberty of summarizing the data in tables down there, showing me high, low, and everything like that. So this was also a bit of a revelation. AI, automation is just moving data around. AI is transforming data and simulating thought. And, while these things obviously aren't human, they simulate human experience, human thought. It's an amazing step forward. And this alone saves me hours and hours of production time and could do the same for many complex tasks. So another thing we're really excited about is media content creation. If you're a marketing company like us, or if you do marketing for yourself, you'll probably find a lot of value in this. So starting with text generation, you're doing blog content, sales scripts, social media creatives, generating scripts for AI video, or AI daily emails. There's a tool for all those things. There's multiple tools for all those things. This is just a small selection. If you want to generate images, like Gemini has a built-in image service, ChatGPT uses DALL-E. What we're showing here is something called Midjourney. And you just put in your text prompt, you say what you want to see, and it creates an image that doesn't exist anywhere on the internet. Now, it's probably learned from countless images and information on the web, who knows? But what comes out is something that obviously never existed before. Nobody owns a copyright, it's a new image. And you can tell that I want this in a landscape ratio, or I want a filter on this. What's up, Mark?
What was the name of that, Mike?
Midjourney.
Midjourney?
Yes.
It's probably considered the premier.
Yeah. It's a real deal. And speaking of Midjourney, if you want video, you can get that too. So we're gonna watch an example of, say you're doing a promo video, you want some B-roll, some background footage, just something to use in a transition, 2 guys shaking hands downtown. There you go. You didn't have to hire any actors, you didn't hire a camera crew, you didn't have to wait for a sunny day in Atlanta. So
You understand what you're saying? That was a prompt. Took words and created that. There wasn't any coding, wasn't any software development. It was words.
that happened.
So if I, just in case I missed it,
Yeah.
in the instance where you created a headshot image.
Okay.
Can you do that and insert yourself into that video?
So a lot of these have issues when it comes to using other people's likenesses. Like you wouldn't be able to take a stranger's picture.
But the technical,
I'm saying my own,
yeah,
like
technical,
import my
yeah.
own image into.
Oh, your own image.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you can also take these after the fact and throw them in video editor, image editor, do whatever you want with them. They're yeah, somewhere.
So the problem, I guess the challenge that I'm coming up against right now is since it's so like, it's too many options, like, cause everything, you know, you get the good spot, you paying for premium and you look up, you're paying 20 for this, 20 for that, 60 for that. What do you really need to make it make sense, like from a toolkit perspective by just saying, you know what, I can afford 100 or my copy for this.
You hire us. We'll come in and provide them. If you don't want to hire us,
Right.
but you do want to hire us.
Sure.
No, it's trial and error. There's so many tools out there, and we know it's complex. There's a lot of free tools, like Midjourney. All these have free levels. You know, try them out. If you're going to be serious about going down this road, just like everything else. Now, there's a lot of garbage out there.
Right. How do you distinguish what from what?
Well, I think that the garbage really are things that are using ChatGPT and other large language models and then just wrapping marketing wrapper around it and saying it's something else. There may not be anything innately wrong with that, but I think that you just need to be careful on knowing what your goals are. What do you want to do? What do you want to do with image generation? What do you want to do with video? And use ChatGPT or use good old Google, the old-fashioned search engines, to kind of weigh the pros and cons of any particular tool that you are looking to use. But it's a lot of trial and error. Mike and I, we geek out on this. We really look forward to our weekly calls. I use this tool, I use this tool, I tried this. You know, again, I showed you a lot of things. The Gamma, free, but there are other tools out there. Canva, many of you use Canva. Canva has some great AI tools. The logo for our podcast, I think the logo that I created for the cover of the book came through Canva AI. So a lot of tools that you use right now have some AI implementation and applications already built in. So,
But I noticed, Rick, that even with Claude, like, you know, once you kind of get into it, I was doing some stuff the other day and it's like, oh, your free stuff is over for the day.
At some
And
point,
you dig into it, it's like,
Well,
okay.
it costs, it's resources.
Yeah, right.
Every time you input text, every time they output text, that's processing power. And as you probably read in the news, it's very energy intensive. So they're gonna want to recoup their costs. Plus, you know, they're sinking billions and billions of venture inputs.
Yeah.
Of course, they
I
want
mean,
to
just look at the investments. I mean, the time.
Providing the information is very important. What you want before you ask AI to do anything for you, you should know what actually you wanted to create.
It's like people. It's like dealing with people that work for you. You know, if you don't want to waste their time, if you want to help, you know, have them deliver what you're expecting, you got to make expectations clear. You got to give context.
And the time saving. I mean, how much Gamma? I keep go back to Gamma. Would you have paid for that for the speed of something that would have taken you days, weeks to produce a PowerPoint that you might have paid us in the past to do?
Yeah.
You know, if the $20 subscription and you could do 10 of those, it might. So it's just a business, you know, decision you have to make for your organization and for your.
Somebody posted in one of those AI, one of those Instagram reels that these are the AI tools. I have gone through with all of them. And I can tell you there was not even one tool which was good enough.
Wow. Let's try and error. Yeah, good to get.
So, and again, I apologize if I missed you. So, like, you have sort of the basic access to ChatGPT and the others. Now they're talking about paying $20 a month, and this may be what Mario was alluding to. Is that something you suggest, or is money better spent?
I'm going to answer the question. Just let the folks know online that we'll hopefully at the end, we'll be able to bring you in to, if you have questions. So chat me. No, I'm going to answer your question. I just wanted to get that word out to folks if they have questions online that we'll be able to answer them. In this. But there are some POE is a platform. I think Marty and I, we talked about that the other day. POE is a platform that is an aggregator. Pretty much every LLM, every major platform out there that you. So for $20 a month, you got access to all of them. Now the good thing is that $20 a month you get a rich bench of a lot of tools, but it doesn't have like all the ChatGPTs, doesn't have every single one. And there's a distinction. So we just say generically ChatGPT, there's ChatGPT 4.0, there's operator, there's a research, there's a whole bunch of different levels, and each LLM has a different feature. If you're doing a big initial project, I'm working on a course right now, an AI course. And I started it in ChatGPT 4.0, but I'm going to get the idea, to get the structure. But when I write the content, I'm gonna move it over to 3.5, because that's a better creative. Or I may go to Claude. So you can link these tools together and to cobble together different things to create the best experience for your project.
And we'll get into a little foreshadowing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me, we'll zip through some of the rest of this.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So we're almost done, and then we'll get to Q&A.
That's a great question, great conversation. But to go back to video, there's already tons of video editing suites where not only can you collaborate with your team, you can update the text of your script, and it'll update the narration, either in the audio and the video.
This is perfect if I want to create an audiobook to publish or sell.
Text to audio is what we're looking at here. Check this out.
This is perfect if I want to create an audiobook to publish or sell. I fuoricampo di ieri non vincono le partite di oggi. Den som inte riskerar något riskerar ännu mer.
Yeah, that's 4 more people he didn't have to hire. And if he had to pay $100 a month for that, if you needed that kind of service, that's probably worth the money.
Yeah.
And to close, I want to show a demo for Descript, which is one of the video editors we've seen here. I figured rather than talk about it, this kind of gets the point across.
So these nuggets are made from chicken, but they're made to emulate the taste of like non-chicken nuggets. So these nuggets are made from chicken, but they're made to emulate the taste of non-chicken nuggets. Dope. Let's boost that sound quality. Emulate the taste of non-chicken nuggets. Emulate the taste of non-chicken nuggets. Dope. Non-chicken nuggets. Non-chicken nuggets. But they're made to emulate the taste of vegan nuggets. Sounds tasty.
You get the picture. Amazing stuff.
I'm glad we have jerk chicken.
All right, category 4, personalization. Think of things like providing live translations or captioning for your webinars. Personalized videos to send to leads. You record yourself once and you can send separate videos with the person's name or even in the person's language, all without having to re-record yourself. And same deal for voicemail drops, AI-generated voicemail drops that are personalized. Personalized marketing is obviously more effective marketing. And then final category that we alluded to, taking the complex things that you do every single day, synthesizing those into their individual elemental steps, and then deciding, can we automate this task? Can we use AI for this task? Which of these requires a human in the loop? And we're going to show you a few tools that you can use to do those things. First is Zapier. You may or may not have heard of this. This basically takes hundreds, probably thousands of separate applications that you use on a daily basis. You drag and drop them in and build your workflows. So what we're looking at here is a workflow that waits for a certain email to hit your inbox. It reads it and it writes up a response, and then it saves a response as a draft that you can read, edit, and send. That alone, if you spend an hour and a half, reading and responding to emails every day, you save yourself 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, 20 hours a month. You do the math. Another tool that does a similar thing is Make, and we're gonna watch this kind of happen in real time. And let me tell you a bit about APIs, application programming interface. If you weren't using one of these tools, you would have to know some sort of scripting language. You would have to know how to use one of the multiple APIs, in this case for Gmail, for ChatGPT. You would have to learn how to make these two disparate programs talk to each other and get the result that you want to get. But use one of these tools, and again, each has a free layer, but the more you pay, the more you get, the more transactions you can process, essentially. It's all click and play, drag and drop. It couldn't be easier, and you don't even need to know a lot of code. And then finally, we'll close with AI agents. You're probably going to hear a lot of chatter. You're probably hearing chatter already about AI agents. With a tool like this, all you have to do is describe your workflow. You just write the text that says, hey, I do this, this, and this every day. How do I AI-ify this, automate this? And it'll find the tools to get it done for you. You won't even have to drag and drop the different applications in the window. It'll piece together the entire process and run it for you. Think of it like this. There already are agents to book your travel. If you want to say I'm flying to Atlanta from the 17th to the 19th, I need to stay in Alpharetta. It can already go out, find different flights for you, find different hotel options, present them to you at the end, and all you gotta do is say, yes, I want this, no, I don't want that. It's like you have your own personal assistant. So we covered a lot of ground there, covered a lot of tools. There's way, way more than this, but hopefully now you have an idea of what's at your fingertips.
Thanks, Mike. Yep. Yeah, and we can talk more if we have some time, about the agent. It's not just a buzzword. It's not just coming, it's here today. Margie, I created the chief of staff, Gemini, LLM, that I assigned it its own email address, has access to my email, responds to my emails with that persona, as well as build sales presentations, business development opportunities, and send that out to prospective clients. So it's a lot of cool stuff out there.
So when I'm talking to you, in other words, everything, it depends.
When I'm invoicing you and I'm paying your bills, that's the real rip. So okay, how is AI getting implemented? We took great questions, and some of the stuff that I'm going to talk about right now, we went over some of that ground. It's worth going over again. There are multiple ways to integrate AI into a business, and the best approach depends on your specific needs. Off-the-shelf tools, ideal for businesses looking for a quick and easy way to start using AI. Building workflows, AI-powered processes that can streamline repetitive tasks across departments. Custom AI solutions, advanced businesses may want to build tailored AI models, chatbots, or automation systems. It gets a little bit more expensive, but it might be something that you need if you're in healthcare industries, financial services, things where you might need a higher level of security. And team training. AI is only as powerful as the people using it. Training employees on prompt engineering and AI workflows ensures you get the most out of your AI tools. So here are a couple examples of where AI is getting implemented. AI isn't just for tech companies, it is transforming every industry. Here's where we see the biggest impact. Obviously, marketing and lead generation, we use it every single day. AI optimizes digital marketing, ad targeting, and content personalization. Sales and conversion, that's the lifeblood of every single business. AI-powered CRM tools can automate follow-ups, analyze customer behavior, and improve close rates. Customer service, another big industry that's using AI significantly because of chatbots and AI assistants to handle common inquiries, freeing up human agents for complex cases. HR and recruiting, we've seen this firsthand. We are also in the talent acquisition business, and we can tell you that AIs can screen resumes, conduct initial interviews, and enhance employee engagement. Operations and optimization, AI helps manage supply chains, logistics, and process efficiency. Finance and accounting, AI-driven analytics improve forecasting, fraud detection, and financial decision-making. IT and security, AI improves cybersecurity by detecting threats and automating routine IT tasks. And leadership and culture, AI supports better decision-making and team collaboration. The question is, where can AI make the biggest impact in your business? So we talked a lot, there's a lot of questions, obviously a lot of great questions, but a system is always the best way to go. So we have a 6-step process to AI-ifying your business. This is MyMobileLyfe's proven system, and we know it works. Identify which areas to impact. Right? The first step is diagnosing your business needs. Where are the bottlenecks, inefficiencies, or repetitive tasks that AI can solve? Consider areas like customer service, marketing, sales, HR operations, finance, where AI-driven automation and decision-making could create immediate value. The key is to prioritize high-impact areas where AI can drive the biggest value. Interview the team members. AI implementation works best when aligned with how your team operates. Talk to employees across departments, what are their pain points, where you need support, and the goal is to identify how AI can assist and enhance human work and not replace it. It's a big concern. It's one of the biggest questions we get when people start talking about AI. Will people get replaced? The answer is maybe. People who work on, who are just touching AI won't get replaced as quickly as people who aren't touching AI. If someone knows your job and AI, and you're not doing AI, engaging AI, job could be just trying to be honest with you. Strategize different options. AI is not a one-size-fits-all solution. There are multiple approaches to solving the problem. Explore different AI tools and frameworks, off-the-shelf automation versus custom AI solutions. Weigh factors like cost, ease of implementation, and scalability. We'll run through some of this a little bit faster. We talked about a lot of stuff. Develop bespoke solutions. Once the strategy is set, the next step is customizing AI implementations. Implementation solutions and train the team. AI is only as powerful as the people using it. Deploy AI solutions gradually, starting with low high reward areas. Chatbots is a very common stick your toe into the AI pool. It's what a lot of folks do initially. Monitor, tweak for excellence. AI is an ongoing process, not a one-time setup. You measure success with key performance indicators, KPI. Even in the day of AI, KPI will still be a thing. And keep up with AI advancements because your competitors will, and you don't want to fall behind. So, getting started. AI implementation doesn't need to be complex or expensive. The best way to get started is taking the first step today. Whether there's a simple automation, AI-powered content generation, or chatbot integration, this is your opportunity to future-proof your business while improving efficiency and profitability. So one of the call to action is my book. Got it for free. Selling it on Amazon. So you got it for free. But it's a really great resource, a great tool for you to really learn a lot more about AI and how it can fit into your business. So I encourage you to take a look at that and take action. Anyway, we can close this. We can close this because I think we have even more questions. I don't know if we can start bringing people in from online. If they have questions, we'd love to hear from them. But you have our information. Obviously, we would love to work with your businesses and individuals as you're growing your business, your understanding of AI, our fancy AI-generated QR code next to the fancy AI-generated picture of me, next to the fancy generated keynote, the AI person on the right. I created that AI, so it's all AI right there. But I promise you that the services we will provide you and the consultation that we offer you is 100% real. So I'd love to continue the conversation, and that's the end of our formal presentation. If we have some questions, we'd love to take those as well. Anybody online have a question?
Checking right now. Anne-Marie says, thank you for a great presentation. This is very helpful. I'm definitely going to take more time to explore these tools. Thank you, Anne-Marie, for showing up. And thank you, everybody else, too. I'm gonna take a risk here. I'm gonna see if I can bring people up on video, or at least give you the ability to show up on video. But the Q&A feature is definitely enabled. Thank you, Maddie. We appreciate it. Excellent content. Thanks. Gabriella, our second Gabrielle. We have a Gabrielle in the building here. It's a great name. I don't have a question, but wanted to say this was such an educational experience. Thank you. Thank you, Gabriella. Let's see.
You have a question? We have questions in here? Marty, you full of questions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll go back to what I was initially saying. You know, of course, you know, if you pay, you'll get more, but again, it's just finding the right combination. Like I'm gonna give you a prime example. Two things. I in the process of support, tutelage, or mentorship as developing a new board. So when I'm sitting down with this mentor, he was asking me, "You have your calendar for the year?" Like, hey, I am 7 years into a nonprofit. I'm like, God, I got a lot of stuff in my head on like calendar events. And it was like, when he said it, I created one yesterday and sent it over. He was like, wow, this is it. Okay, now you have your budget along with your calendar. Okay, cool. Went and did it today, right? So I would always go to my wife and say, hey, I need you to put this Excel spreadsheet together for me, right? Put my first Excel spreadsheet together. Budget, events, calendar, everything, just by really just playing with it. I think I did it with Gemini since it was all my Google stuff is connected. Right. I took your opportunity, your suggestion to do it the other day. My thing again, Rick, is I'm a ChatGPT guy because it knows me for the last 2 years. Yeah. So it's like a new relationship of, yeah, I gotta start something else and then put all my information in. And how long would it take for this to catch versus?
Hey Mark, you want to try something fun? Go into ChatGPT, ask it about yourself.
I did. You
could ask about yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities to achieve success.
Sure did.
And it gives, it's pretty.
I'm 75% accurate.
Yeah. So you have to kind of go in and because it's learned a lot of the things that you have to do. So you asked a couple of questions. You know, the tools, you know, the more you train your tools, the more it will learn about you. But it brings it back to the point that I maybe didn't emphasize as much in the presentation. AI is nothing without information, data. And the better your data, the better the results that you have. Especially if you're trying to figure out how you want to position your company into doing whatever you want your company to do. You have years of data. I mean, just the little bits of information that you can load into your LLM or however you want to organize. You know, before you load it up, you need to clean it up. You need to make sure that it's accurate because it's going to output. You know, AI is predictive analysis, right? So that's what it's doing. It has a vast computer, system that does this predictive analysis of what should be the next thing. But if the next thing is bad data, then it's going to output bad data. You hear the term hallucinations and all these other things because that's driven by bad data. So it's critical. That's why human in the loop, human involvement in AI will always be required to, no matter what it kicks out, you better look at it because you know, your business is on the line if you don't. So data, I just can't emphasize enough. Data is the most important, good clean data is the most important thing that you can have when it comes to AI. Mr. Brown.
So when you say good clean data, a lot of people want, I know I would have there's a point back to the track. Is there a way that it can find some anomalies in your data and saying that this might be wrong, this data that you might be pushing out may be wrong based on your base data? Yeah, because everything is driven by garbage.
Right. Oh, most definitely. You could do a lot of comparative analysis. We would suggest that would be part of the process of the assessment of assessing your data. Challenge your data. Challenge if it's accurate or how you can improve it. So you definitely need to challenge that data. That's one of the first things.
Rick, so you do that by because everything is really you get the best result out of the prompts, correct?
Yeah, prompt engineering, that's a second, I think one of the second most important things.
Sure.
There are colleges offering degrees in prompt engineering, legitimate, where students are walking out with almost $200,000 in jobs. So you need smart people to engage with AI. And the questions that you ask, the inputs that you put into your chat or whatever question, really need to be thought out from a very enlightened thought leader position. So the questions that you put in are critical. And you can do iterations, you can have conversations, you can bring in more data. You know, Mike gave the example of, bringing in a PDF. And so you can bring in all these rich resources of data into the applications to vet your data, to challenge your data, to do a lot of different things with your data. But a human needs to be able to tell the AI what it wants done. And then it can do the computations of delivering more information than you could ever think of doing on your own in any reasonable time frame.
Like, you want to share this up with?
Yeah, any experiences that anybody has, so usually we'd love to hear it. Please share with us. We'd love to hear it. Any other questions?
Just more compliments from the chat. Shawnee's Washington, it's a great presentation, very informative. Thank you, Shawnee's. And from Regina Battle, this was a great introduction to AI. I see how AI can help with managing my hectic work life. Mine too. I'll definitely try to use the Gamma functionality. Rick, great seeing you and your team.
Regina's one of my oldest friends from junior high school. My goodness. That's good to see a lot of folks. Did my dad make it on?
Wow.
Did my dad make it on? I'm an entrepreneur. Hopefully my dad did make it up to the chat.
Because of your sister.
To my sister. And so I'm an entrepreneur because of my dad. So he's gonna try to make it.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Okay, what's up, Dad?
I'd love to chime in and say Rick's new AI dictionary is a wonderful resource for getting started. It's a wonderful resource. And it's more than just a dictionary. It's more than just terms you need to know. There's a lot of great information. So be sure to check it out since you all have a copy. It's a good read.
Thank you, Dad. And your dad says he's on. Thank you, Mr. Hancock.
So we have just a couple more minutes, and for the folks that are here, there's plenty of food.
Yes.
And if you're in the area, we can, swing by, we'll give you a plate. But if not, we'd love to, again, keep in touch. I promise I won't bombard you with emails, but I will definitely keep you updated on things. We have a podcast that we're going to be launching. We're going to be producing an online course in this very subject for business leaders that we hope that you can take advantage of. If you see some opportunities to take advantage of that, and just want to keep the communications and conversation going on your AI journey. So thank you very much for your attendance and your attention, and we hope to see you again soon. Thanks.